Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to Archimedes Station. We are in high orbit over planet 1015. We have returned. Although the last time we were here, it was more of a destination 1015. Everyone was migrating to this server, and it's been a few weeks since the server migration patch and everyone started showing up, and things are starting to balance out. So today, we're going to be jumping into Drkwngdck's Ark to take a look at what's been going on.
So you wanna be a player, but you weren't too smart. You gotta hit Melt up to get a pink out.
So, hello everyone, and glad to have you all here. Today's account is a 48 million power tier 9 account. Just got bridge 22, and he said, Melt, I don't know if I should be focusing on advancing my tier or if I should be focusing on my buildings. I said, well, usually buildings is the right bet, but what kind of a player are you? He says, well, I pretty much do it all. I'm a community player. I like socializing with my guild. I like 6v6. I like the peak contest. I like participating in galactic battle. I fight in capitals. I do tile fights. He pretty much does it all. Now, of course, anyone that is, talking their arc up to me, I kind of assume they might be just kind of overstating it. But turns out Drkwngdck's telling the truth. I logged into his account kind of like on a whim. I did this interview a couple days ago. I told him I don't know when I'd be able to film the episode. And then sure enough, here we are. Today I log in, and he's been busy. Just today alone, not only did he get in a fight with a player, he got in a fight with a Crimson 8 behemoth. So I think I'll go into that in a little bit, but let's talk about the account. So first thing is Drkwngdck is a member of Fel, formerly NWO. Shout out to GOG and Red Dwarf, formerly Maelstrom. I called him out for policing the server. In hindsight, it was a lot of fun, just dogging on him. But truth is when you're doing a big migration like this and figuring out the politics of a new server, it's worth doing. I want to point out this account is only about a year old, so it is possible for new accounts to get caught up. It does take time, but I think like a lot of new players are just overwhelmed by the size of the big accounts. But the truth is once you get to tier 9, it becomes more of a spending wall. Not that that's any better, but anyway, let's take a look at the top guilds here. It looks like UNF has rallied in most of the power, but PPX and Ace are doing pretty much the same right behind them. And then, of course, Fel and MFY. So the server is actually getting pretty big. All things considered, you're looking at a 5 billion power, easy. If you are looking to join a guild, there are a lot of great guilds out there. FXE on 679, Fel on 1015. And I want to say USG server. The server number misses my head right now, but Exostalker and Serenity server, great server. But if you're looking to join a guild, their minimum requirement for Fel is tier 9, I believe. So if you're interested in that, put it in the comments below or contact Drkwngdck. But yeah, let's talk about the account. So it's a 48 million power account. So I mean, you can tell by that, first off, it's not going to be a ridiculously overspent account, but some money has been thrown around. So we have an S-Class Rogers, 80,000 leadership, and 53 defensive stance. It'd be nice to take that to 60 because it's just value all day. Oop, my head's in the way. This great gear. It's got the Devil's Touch here. Not the best for Rogers, but it's still good. Don't kid yourself. Fearless Pants, perfect. Armor Tyrant, perfect. Eternal Barrier and a little bit of damage. Titan would be better there. But overall, not bad. Not bad at all. That's the recommended build. They're pretty darn near close to it. He has 4-piece Scorpio for guaranteed hits, so if he runs into dodging full metals, he'll be able to at least land some hits with tier 12 in the peak contest. So this is a big Rogers. Very impressive. Wow. Oh, he's a filthy dwarf main. 115,000 Vega. Breakdown's almost maxed out. Looks like he does have the recommended tier 12 build with Magiwell Pants instead of Fearless. I don't recommend the Magiwell. The damage is nice, but having that survivability on Fearless is so important. But then again, if you're using him as a PvP commander or Galactic Battle as a one-slot buster, you don't want to be hit anyway, so these will get more value in that regard. Black Knight's fine for tier suppression marches. He does have tier 9, so we'll be looking at that in a second. But there, he does have other options here as far as the Shadow and the Titan we saw, or Tyrant we saw that he had on Rogers. Okay, so I'm expecting this to be an infantry or airship commander, or airship main. Let's take a look at our, well, hold on, let's double check the rest of the commanders, make sure we're not missing any leadership here. 4,000 Gilly, nice, he can absorb there. Ooh, and a 66,000 Stella. A little bit of dodge resistance weaken, damage on the helm, double APOC. So he's looking for more Titan damage, and his Titans are okay. Oh gosh, what's the math on that? Almost max. Those are over 50% Titans, so those are nice. So he has the gear for it. Probably just working on getting those. So I gotta stop clicking help. As far as Stella's concerned, you know, you can go into the commander card breakdown for Stella. It really hasn't changed. Sagittarius, the most important gem. Gemini is nice as well, especially if you're getting that tier 12 Terra space. Looks like penetration's going to be showing up in this new galactic battle, so it might be nice to switch over to Wild Roses, but I still haven't fully published that to make that an official announcement, but I'm not keeping it a secret either. Alright, so anything else here in the commander list? Nah, they're all 8 commanders, I wouldn't worry about it. It looks like his plasma is 4,000, leveled up pretty decently, so he has a good galactic battle plasma here. That's nice. Alright, let's check our research tab. So, working on new medical equipment, fine. Ooh, basic infantry, well, just the training stuff isn't done. And the rest of the research for infantry is done. Still finishing up the airship here. So, got the couple more expensive airship ones, but you want to do those before you ever use your tier 9 in actual PvP combat, because the tier 9 troops, airship troops, do get the basic stats. But the advanced research doesn't work on the basic troops. That's old news. Alright, so let's take a look at advanced battle. 555 as expected. Death Angels, Gaia, no. Genesis unlocked. So he's just got Death Angels, just got Genesis. So that makes sense, right? He's running Vega, Rogers, Stella. Okay, how far away is he from Gilly? So he's almost at the Gilly. He's almost got his Gilly to S-Class, which might be the next logical step for him here. We'll do a release here at the end if I remember. Let's talk about these replays. So, nah, maybe not. Maybe not yet. One more thing. I feel like I went down the research path. I shouldn't end it there. Should he go for tier 10 or should he finish buildings? He already knows he should finish buildings, but I want to clarify that to all the viewers. Once you get to Bridge 22, it's just a matter of setting up your next upgrade, right? You're always going to be upgrading your next building, and it takes a tremendous amount of time. So right now, he has nothing in the building queue, and he should always have one thing. But the biggest determining factor in an account like this is probably going to be resources. He's got a fair amount of food, electric, gas, probably missing shadow matter and cash. No, he's got cash. Probably missing shadow matter? Why is... Oh, unlimited crystal for the next buildings. That's right, they require unlimited crystal. A lot of hyperspace crystal and a lot of unlimited crystals. Darkwinged Duck, we need to start your next building. Which one is it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, you can do that on your own. But definitely keep your buildings going. That's priority 1. As far as research in the advanced tab is concerned, it's not a bad idea to start hacking away at the advanced infantry or advanced airship 1 if you decide you wanted to go down either one path. Remember, choose one path. Don't go down 2 paths unless you're a super baller. And in the current meta, honestly, infantry, walker, and airship are all pretty good, especially the value you get out of full metal in peak contests. Even walkers are doing pretty good. Okay, so let's talk about, he said he's an all-around player. Peak contest, 6v6, galactic battle, serval. He picked a fight with a Crimson 8 behemoth monster. What did he do wrong? Looks like he lost the battle, but he killed a bunch of troops. Let's see. So you can out-dodge a Crimson behemoth. They should never be able to hit you if you have enough dodge gear on, because they don't have guaranteed hits. So, yeah, so maybe he didn't know. If he would have just put his tier 9 in slots 2 and 4, or, you know, all of his slots, just 1 unit of each, I mean, he would have been fine, but he could have full marched this 8 monster because he would have just dodged it through and through. As long as he had, like, I think 200, 300% dodge, he won't get hit. So, no need to lose this fight here. But, man, really unlucky Stella triggers. Normally, Stella would probably get him the win there. He probably does have the win there, but remember, you can dodge through those. And I have videos on all those 8 and 9. Well, 7 and 8 monsters are dodgeable. 9 monster, be careful. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like he got in a PvP fight against a Hoodoo here. Pretty decently geared Hoodoo. Has a little strength and weakened advantage on his tier 9 Walker versus tier 9 Infantry. Had a little resistance weakened here from the Shadow to counter that strength and weakened. Not enough to counter it, but a fair amount. So let's see what happened here. Hoodoo is a great counter, the original counter to Plasma, because Plasma's bomb doesn't explode if Hoodoo... Plasma bomb doesn't explode if Hoodoo's Death Rattle kills him. So, he's able to get the first kill off. Here comes a big Death Rattle. Oh, the bomb kills from the first slot, but the explosion shouldn't have killed him, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. For those of you that don't see what happened here. So, Hoodoo's second attack will kill Plasma's second attack, and the bomb will trigger. And the bomb is so big, it actually ends up killing Hoodoo's second and third slot. But the overall damage from the Death Rattle still does great damage all around. So good trade for Hoodoo there. So yeah, in the meta there was always this like, oh, Plasma counters everyone because he always trades efficiently, except against Hoodoo. usually. Sometimes you can get a good march there. So, should we do a release and then take a look? Oh. Remember, in that battle, we lost a bunch of troops, so we've still got 249 Death Angels to heal. Remember, do not heal Death Angels or any advanced troop with actual resources. Go to your Paraloper, go to heal, collect your crystals, and just use crystals. You don't need to have a quantized Paraloper to heal them. You can probably heal like 50 or 100 a day. It's so good. So really, there's no major damage here. Use the crystals up. That's what they're for. You can only use those crystals to get unlimited crystals or hyperspace if you quantize your Paraloper. So that's a great use for them. Go out PvP, trade some troops around, lose some battles. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. All right, so let's do a release here, and then we'll tie this whole account together. Drkwngdck is an infantry main at the moment. Huge. Well, he's probably an airship main, even though he has more infantry research. It's not going to be a B commander. Let's go with Sensei. I feel like Sensei is the closest thing we got to a duck. It could be a B commander. It's going to be a B commander. Sensei, go. Ow, Nekajiro. It's a cat. A duck's #1 mortal enemy. Oh, jeez. I want to point out Drkwngdck is rank 472 as a senior division tier 10 peak contest player. Now, if you go to the leaderboards, you can see that even the top 1,000 still get a large chunk of crystals. Geist Stone frags. 15 Geist Stone frags is nothing to shake your finger at. That's 15 energy stones worth of recycling. So if you're not getting into the tier 10 and peak contest, you need to be focused on this every day. And once the next season starts next month, at the first of next month, it'll reset you down to probably tier 8 or so, but it'll be really easy. It'll take you like a week to get back to tier 10, and it's free, twice a day for free. Now, of course, there are some huge players that have like 9,000. Look at this. These players up here, is that Bird? I don't know who that is. 66, Odad. All these guys have been spending a ton of strength certificates to level that up. But you don't need to be in the top 10, and you're not going to outspend those guys. So focus for the top 1,000. Still great rewards, still fun to do, and you get to try out tier 12. So he's running Rogers to open, Vega to follow, and Stella to clean up in case someone was using strength and weaken against him, I guess. So yeah, not a bad lineup here. It looks like his gear's set right. So overall, really well put together account in a well-built guild on a well-built server. His direction now just needs to be focusing on building. Enjoy the galactic battle for what you can. 1 slot bust Vega is just fine. How many troops do we have? Let's check out Ace real quick. Looks like a little bit of infantry on Vega is great because that breakdown works with infantry damage, which is 3 times harder than airship damage. Very potent. So okay, he's got quite a few tier 9, and he's got a lot of airships too. It's okay to build tier 9. You can plow your money into it because you can evolve it to tier 10 at no loss. You can evolve it to tier 11 at no loss, and then from tier 10 to tier 11 is actually a discount, I think, or is it tier 11 to tier 12? I did a video on it, but there's no punishment for building a bunch of tier 9. You'll eventually roll it into whatever tier you get. So build all those spend those extra resources to build troops when it comes around. And then let's finish this off. Let's finish this conclusion with a fight. Who are we gonna fight? Ooh, should we do Coma Spice? What are we in for? Plasma, Bullet, Elf. This might be a winnable one. 67 million power is almost twice our power, but 50% bigger than we are. Plasma's gonna go against our Rogers. We're gonna be okay with our Rogers here once we go defensive. So we'll plow through this Plasma. He shouldn't do too much damage. Yeah, he knocked off about 10% there, a little more than 10%. Bullet's not going to be a problem. Yeah, Bullet with tier 9. Not good. I know from experience. Hey, look, my head's right where Rogers is. Hey, that's cool. Alright, so we'll get through there, no problem. And then we're going to go against this, what is it, Elf? Elf, ooh, it's a big Elf. And Elf does really well against Rogers, especially if she's running Cepheus? No, what would be good? Oh gosh, what is Elf using? Well, Leo would help, but it's tier 9. Gosh, she's just plowing through us anyway. It doesn't really matter. Crushing us. Oh, Virgo. He has Virgo on his Rogers. Not going to do much to Elf anyway. Now we have our Plasma to soften her up a little bit more, which probably won't do too much because she's going to heal through it. And then we have Vega. It could be okay. This could work. Give us a Gemini breakdown. Gemini breakdown. Yes! Oh, this is going to be huge. Ooh, not enough though. Wow. Okay, there's the damage we needed. Big crit. Did we miss on the crit there? He might not have enough crit on his gems. If you don't have enough crit on your gems in your gear in Ace, you won't get the crits because you don't get the benefits of your Arcall or your research in Ace of Galaxy. So you need to have like 1 gem or 2 gems that have crit on it if you want to do well in Ace and Peak Contest. All right, so Elf's going to beat us there. So GG, Coma Spice takes home the W, but good effort there. And that should wrap us up. Am I missing anything? Should we check out the time and space war, make sure he's all caught up? He is, level 300. Good man. So Drkwngdck fell, formerly NWO. Thanks for letting us come and take a look at this. I told him I would show guild chat. There's guild chat. All right, we really did the episode. People were doubting. And Toast, you missed the whole thing. You missed the whole thing. But that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Remember, August is Patreon recruitment month. We officially launch Patreon August 1st, and if we hit 95 patrons, there's a massive goal for the first 95 signups. All the founders, not only do you get the mug and the original perks, there's actually a bonus Gilly perk, and then any other perks that come out as the months go on, you will automatically be grandfathered in if you sign up for Patreon early. So check that out if you're interested. It's going to be on the mug at the end of this video. You can actually click this thing right at the end over here. All right, thanks for watching.